And we got a nice bark. All right, guys, we back. Today, we're gonna make poor man's brisket, which is beef chuck roast. Now, this beef chuck roast ain't for poor people because it cost me $11.49 per pound, and this one is 4 pounds, so it end up being $50, which is crazy. Normally, chuck roast, you get it for about $25, $30. But yeah, I don't know if it's just my butcher where I live, the market prices on beef, or what it is, but $50 is crazy. All right, we're gonna be using some Cosmos double cow cover and some prime. This is basically SPG, which is salt, pepper, garlic. We're gonna be using mustard as a binder. And yes, I'm gonna put it on the Weber at 200, 225, and we're gonna let it go until it's about 160, 170 internal. Then I'm either wrap it with some butcher paper, or I'm gonna make a foil boat and let it ride so we get a nice bark. But like I said, that's what we're gonna be doing today. Stay tuned, be right back. Yo. All right, I'm gonna get my roast out, and I'm gonna get it prepped. I'm gonna get it, get the binder on, get the seasonings on. Then I'm gonna start the Weber.
Like red?
It is red. It's called red meat.
It looks like you killed an animal.
That's what it is. All right, we're gonna pat it dry on all the sides. Like I said, this is a giant piece of meat, so. Make sure you get the mustard on all the sides. You won't taste the mustard. It's just gonna be on there as a binder. I like to use avocado oil, but I just don't have none today, so. All right, we got the mustard on it as a binder. I'm gonna hit it first with the Cosmos double cow cover. This basically has some sea salt, chili pepper, some garlic, onion, a little bit of sugar, and some natural hickory smoke flavoring. So, and it's coarse, what you want for a brisket or any beef. So we're gonna go on it. On it pretty heavy. Like I said, make sure you get all the sides. All right. And then lastly, we're gonna go over top of it with the Fire and Smoke Prime. This is steak and brisket rub. It's got some salt, some spices like black pepper, rosemary, and Hawaiian black sea salt, and some activated charcoal. But this stuff is top notch. So we're gonna go over top of this liberal, and this is gonna help us create our bark because it got a lot of pepper on it. You can just tap it, roll it. You can pick up all that seasoning that came off, so you don't be wasting nothing. All right, so we got it seasoned real good. Now we're gonna go get the Weber, heat it up. We're gonna let this rest, and I'll be right back at you. Weeds are stuff that you don't want to grow. It's kind of a flower, but yeah, it's stuff that you don't want to grow in your yard, so people call it weeds. Cruz, don't hurt yourself on that.
Why isn't I?
What?
That's a lot. Now, once you can count all of them, and then the black ones, and then you would say 100. That would be a lot.
Give me that thing under there, the brown thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't you not say please?
Because I'm your dad, so I just tell you to do stuff. Please, thank you, Kyrie. Is that better, Carson?
Yeah.
I need to use my manners.
Dad, what does manners even mean?
Manners mean being polite, saying yes, please, thank you, not saying when your parents call you, not saying what. That's not having manners. That's being rude because you're your parents. You're supposed to have respect for your parents. You're supposed to say yes, mom, yes, dad, or what'd you need? Something like that, not what. That's what manners are. Manners are holding the door for a lady when you walk in the store. Manners are saying, if somebody sneezes, what do you say? That's manners. That's having manners. What?
I already know that because remember when Carson and me and Cruz went with you to Wawa and I held the door for all those girls?
Yep. I do remember that. Yep, that was good. That was a good job. All right, I got some wood. I got me some pecan
Where's Carson go?
and some mesquite wood.
Carson was going so fast.
He's faster than Kai.
Look, Dad. 26. 27. Oh, yeah.
All right, so we got the wood in. We got it all around the charcoal. I'm gonna light these ones. Then when these are all lit, then we're gonna put it over there, start it, and it'll spread down and cook slow. I hope so.
Yes.
I think he is.
Honestly, I'm really 5 years old. That's why would I say he is then?
I'm using the Kingsford. I didn't really want to use this, but when I went to get the B&B, they didn't have none, and I didn't feel like going to Lowe's. So I'm just gonna use this. Look at him slide. I got these getting hot, ashing over. And after they get nice and hot, those gonna be our starter coals. And we got our coals and our wood lined up. We'll put the starter coals at the beginning, and then that slowly light everything else going across. And that'll give us our slow cook.
Ready, Carson? Oh my God. It went faster than that. Ready?
Yeah, man. You gotta open up.
Dude, wait. Go. Jesus, go. I need clothes.
There you go. Be right back. Carson, you can't do crazy stuff with the baby right there. All right, we got our coals ashed over. So I'm gonna pit them. I'm just gonna take them and just place them right in and on top of this piece of wood that I got right here. And these lit coals will just burn in there like all these other coals. So just make sure you got the coals butted up against each other so everything will be like a continuous chain, like dominoes. As these burn, it'll just burn down. All right, I got my grate on. I'm gonna let the coals light. We'll get the top on, get it up to temperature, and get the meat on. Let it come up to temperature a little bit. Then we're gonna get our meat on. Got our meat down. We're gonna put the top on, and I'm gonna let it go for like 3 hours before I even check it once. All right, I got my meat on there. Go ahead and close the top grate about a quarter. Then we're gonna go down to the bottom. We're gonna put it right on the smoke set. All right, I got my meat on. The grill's locked in at 225. Like I said, I'm gonna leave it on there till it gets to about 165, 170, and then I'm gonna figure out if I'm gonna wrap it in foil. Well, I'm not gonna wrap it in foil, if I'm gonna make a foil boat, or if I'm gonna wrap it in butcher paper and let it go. I did have a like the meat probe where you can stick it in and Bluetooth, but I can't find it. If I find it, I'll slide that in. If not, I'll just do it manually. I'll check it in about 3 hours, see where we at. I think it'll take about 4 hours to get to 165 bin, though it's so big. So I'll get back at you when I check it. Grill is still locked in right at 300. So if it's at 300 at the top, it's most likely about 250 at the grate. So let's open it up real quick and just peek. Got a nice crust trying to start developing. I'm gonna get the top back on. You see the coals slowly going across. So right now, everything looking good. I'm gonna just let it keep going. I think it's been like 2.5 hours. So like I said, it's probably gonna be like that for 4, and then I'm gonna wrap it. So get right back to you at that time. All right, so tell you the truth, I don't even know how many hours it's been because I lost track. But matter of fact, hold on, let me check real quick. All right, so I checked real quick, and it's been about 4 hours and about like 15, 20 minutes. So I'm gonna do, since I didn't have my probe in it, I'm just go out there, check it, check a couple spots with it, and see what temperature we at so far. All right, we got a nice crust developing. I'm gonna take a couple temps in a couple different spots. First, I'm gonna go right here. We have 150 right there. 153. 162. All right, I'm gonna give it about another hour, about 45 minutes. And we should go ahead and decide if we're gonna wrap it in foil or if I'm gonna put it in butcher paper. I Adam fell asleep and woke back up. Let's go see what she's looking like. Got the butcher paper. I'm gonna wrap it in butcher paper. All right, our temperature still holding steady. See what she's looking like. Okay. Now we talking. Now we got a nice bark all the way around. So we got a nice bark developed. If you look, you see that fat right there? You can see that fat is looking like a golden brown. What that mean, what that's telling me is that fat is starting to melt. That fat is starting to render, and she's getting happy. She at 160. She nice and tender in some spots already. 65 right there. All right, so she about 165, 170 in some spots. So we're gonna go ahead and get it wrapped up. Wrapped up nice. We're gonna get it right back on. So now that we got it covered, we got it back on. I either let it ride the rest of the way on the Weber or go in the house, cut the oven on 350, 325, 275, whatever is good for you, and let it ride the rest of the way in there until it gets to 205. Some people like to pull it at 98, but I probably would let it ride to 205 till she's nice and tender, and then let it rest a couple hours. Well, since it's small, it's not as big as a brisket, I probably would let it rest about a good hour, hour and a half, and then cut into it. Probably would take that as it's wrapped in the butcher paper, take it out, wrap it in foil, and just turn the oven off or turn the oven down to warm, and let it rest for like an hour and slice into it. All right, we've been at it for about 9-10 hours from start to finish. Had it on the grill, took it off the grill, finished it in the oven at 350, wrapped it in foil, let it rest. Not long as I wanted to or should have, but it's time to eat. I'm putting my knife in the dishwasher, and I don't put my knives in the dishwasher, so I got to sharpen it. Put your knife in the dishwasher and it dogs them out. Brisket knife I'm gonna use to cut it. Nice and juicy in the wrap, so that should mean we got it juicy.
Mom! Yeah, how do you connect it to stuff?
Carson, get away so I can finish this. Wrap up my video. See? Looking like a little baby brisket. Tender. Yeah, it's falling apart.
No.
Bark like that.
Dad, what is bark?
The bark is like the seasonings all coming together.
Dad, I thought I was your son.
Huh?
But why is it red? Why is it?
That's a smoke ring. That's what we want. So the red is the smoke ring, what you want. See how easy that is? See how tender that is?
Why can't this be a plug-in part?
So all the fat then rendered down.
This is so juicy. Look at that.
It's nice and juicy. It's way too hot. I should have let it rest for about an hour or so, but we hungry, so. But it's literally like some brisket that you just get, this cheaper version. As you see, it's still steaming. So you should wait at least an hour or an hour and a half before you cut into it, and it'll be even better than what it looked like now.
Dad,
But catch you on the next one.